Well, hello guys, it's Janie. Welcome to Mimi Craft, your home for all things creative and DIY on a budget. I make all the mistakes, so you don't have to. If you enjoyed the video today, please take a minute to hit the like button, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload, and leave me a comment. I sure love talking to you guys. Now, on with the projects. Today's first project is a jewelry box. You'll need 2 of these hardware storage boxes from Dollar Tree, 179 tumbling tower blocks. Now I'm going to recommend a lot more than that because you want all the blocks to be the same size, and how many boxes also depends on whether or not you got a multicolor box or a plain box, whether you're really willing to paint it, yada yada yada. You'll need some wood glue, a multi-surface adhesive like E6000, that's what I used. You can use Dollar Tree Fix-All, but it doesn't work quite as well. 8 wood craft cubes, also available from Dollar Tree, and the paint color of your choice. I chose this apple barrel matte brown oxide because it's the closest color to the brown tumbling tower blocks that I was able to find, and I did a lot of touching up and even painting plain blocks to match. Glue 2 sets of 5 blocks end to end. Glue 4 sets of 3 blocks end to end. Glue these blocks together as seen on screen, narrow sides down. This is going to be the base for 1 drawer. You can make a 1-drawer jewelry box, but I'm going to be making 2. So if you want a 2-drawer jewelry box, do 2 of these. Here's a hack for removing excess glue in tight places. Take a little bit of water, a toothpick, and a cotton ball. Put a little bit of cotton on the end of the toothpick and wet it down, and you can get into those tight corners with it to remove the glue. Next, glue together 2 sets of 15 blocks and 2 sets of 9 blocks to form the front, back, and sides of your jewelry box. Be careful to ensure that the front and back are the same width and that each side is the same width and that all 4 sides are the same height. Glue 3 of your sides on to the base. You'll do this for both of the drawers. Cut off the lids from each of the plastic boxes. Next, using a heavy utility knife, cut off the rim all the way around the perimeter of the box. No joke, this is going to take a minute. The box will now fit neatly into the drawer. Place glue on the top half of the drawer front. The reason you don't put the glue all the way down like I'm doing here is that the box isn't quite perpendicular. It does come down some. Take your remaining side and place it on top of that drawer front. And then while it's still wet, push it into place so that you can make any adjustments. I used my handy dandy $3 clamps from Walmart. You can use clips or tape to hold it in place until it's dry. With the insert in place, mark on the plastic where the drawer supports are. We're going to add some blocks to keep the drawer from being wobbly. Did anybody else see a support in the middle that magically appeared?
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Flip your drawer upside down and then glue your wood blocks with some E6000 on the outsides of those marks. That way the drawer will hug the little supports underneath as you slide it in and out. While the glue is still wet, place the drawer back in so that you can make sure it fits smoothly, and then allow it to dry. When both you could do so glue one drawer on top of the other with wood glue. Glue blocks together in this pattern, 20 in all, as seen on screen, for the lid. When the glue is set up enough for you to be able to move the piece, flip it over and remove any remaining wet glue. This is actually going to be the right side. Using wood glue, glue the lid to the top. I recommend adding some weight until it dries. My lid didn't match quite perfectly, and I also needed to do a little bit of touch-up, so here I am touching up with the brown oxide. And here's how mine turned out. I wanted to see how this might look with some gold rub and buff. I used a piece of old t-shirt, put some rub and buff on, and then wiped off the excess so I could have a little bit more control over the application, and then went ahead and applied it all the way around the entire jewelry box. And this is how that turned out. Our second project is a set of adjustable shelves. You'll need 154 tumbling tower blocks the same size to make it the first way, 194 blocks to make it the second way. Now this is the amount of blocks that you're going to need for the unit itself. The amount of blocks you need for shelves depends on how many shelves you want to build and what size you want to build them. You'll need some wood glue, some water-based wood filler, and the paint color of your choice. I chose Waverly's ink, which is black. Start with 84 blocks. Each side will require 2 sets of blocks in the pattern that you see on the left, and 5, not 4 sets of blocks in the pattern you see on the right. Here's a little schematic for you. You might want to pause the video or take a screenshot. I recommend doing a dry fit before gluing, laying out all the blocks side by side so that both sides are equal height. The sides will look like this, so place them so that the flattest or the most even side is facing towards you. This step is optional, but I recommend it because it really makes the project look high-end. So I used wood filler all over. You see me here putting it on with the spatula, and then I switched to a t-shirt, which makes it go a whole lot faster. Watering it down also helps a whole lot. And I found that a sanding block fit in here really, really nice. Next, I painted them. I recommend sealing the painted surface with Mod Podge because it makes it a whole lot easier to keep clean. Next, you'll need 14 sets of 5 blocks, all the same size. Do a dry fit of the bottom and top row of your shelving unit as you see on screen. You'll be dry fitting it to both the left and the right sides. Make sure that the sides have the flattest side pointing up. Use wood glue to glue as seen on video. I use cans of spray paint to hold the sides up in a perpendicular position as they dried. Dry fit 4 blocks in a perpendicular position with 5 equal spaces above that first row. Glue in place. Glue 2 more sets of 5 to that row and to each side. Then another set of 4, and keep repeating till you get to the top. The narrow rows on the back will always line up with the narrow rows on the sides. Fill in any discrepancies on the side with some wood glue. Now next I made some shelves, and I decided I wanted them this size, which was 15 blocks in this pattern, but you're going to see in a little while what's not going to work out about this, so we're going to have to make a little bit of an adjustment in a little while. Just hang in there. This is how those shelves looked, but I hadn't really thought it all the way through and they were a little bit wobbly. I figured I would only place something light on there or maybe even glue them in permanently.
This is the worst!
So I made some narrower shelves. A little less wobbly, but same problem. I also made a 25 block shelf. This one should hold fine. And this is how it turned out. And then it occurred to me. Add 8 rows of 5 blocks. I dry fit them on the shelving unit before gluing them on. I glue the sets together end to end, being sure to keep them in the same order as the dry fit. These are the sizes of shelves that will fit the unit. Make whatever you like. I made a whole bunch of all of them. Make your shelves ahead of time and use the thickest shelf as a spacer to complete the assembly. The first block set is glued narrow side down, even with the bottom of the shelving unit. Place your thickest shelf on top of that set in order to glue the next set on, making sure that it fits snugly but not too tight. Move your spacer shelf to the next bracket position and glue the next row of 5 down, again on its narrow side. Continue gluing in this pattern until you have one 5-piece set left. I found that if I use the spacer for the very top set of 5, it didn't line up evenly. So I'm going to recommend that you glue it on without that shelf in there, and it just will be aesthetic. It won't be useful, but it just will look a whole lot better. You'll still have plenty of other brackets to place your shelves. Now when you place the shelves in the brackets, they will be sturdy and stable and be able to carry a little bit more weight. You can even place them directly in the center if you like. This is how it looks without the shelves and with. You might want to make it a whole lot bigger for all of your spices. This could easily be hung on your wall with a sawtooth hanger. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave me a comment below. It really helps the algorithm. I'd love to know which are your favorite projects, or even anything you'd like me to make in the future. Until the next one, bye!